We got more Monster Hunter for you. My name is Marco. I'm a pro opera singer turned voice actor. I love listening to video game music, talking about video game music, and especially Monster Hunter music. Today we're going to be listening to Gaismagorm. I'm looking at a picture. Looks kind of gross. Looks like it's been living underground for a long time. Maybe? What are these things? Crystals? Let's take a listen. There's a quality here where it's almost like it emerges out of the surface, right? And it crawls out right in the beginning here, about the first 20 seconds or so. And then it emerges, and you're like, oh, this thing is terrifying. Where did this come from? Why does it exist? Now, if I recall correctly, Malzeno, Gaismagorm, and I think there's one more. They're based off of horror monsters. Is this the one that's based off of Frankenstein? I also think it's really interesting that the chorus, it's very like Nemesis quality to it. That's very interesting to me. There's dissonance there in the trumpets to give it that edge of concern and fear and really make you feel like uneasy as you're fighting it, because it looks like it's probably enormous. So that's cool. This is interesting. Oh, I was just about to stop at a bad spot. But listen to this, right? So you've got that organ again, which we have also in Malzeno, which, by the way, that Malzeno video is here if you want to check that out. So that organ is playing in that end in this, which I think is giving it that sort of ancient quality, right, that we mentioned in Malzeno's. But there's and the strings, it's building up a lot of intensity. I wanted to mention too, we also have this drum, which is very heavy-handed. So we're stomping around. That's all coming through to me. Let's keep going. I think I'm about to hit a big climax. This is so freaking cool. There's such a terrifying element to this music. This music is straight out of like a 1920s horror film. There's something really, really, really terrible about Gaismagorm that is intended to make us feel just incredible terror. It must be the Frankenstein monster, if I recall, or a werewolf or something, but there's such an intensity here and a grandiosity. But then it's cool because underneath there's a middle section, it's being supported by the organ, and then every other layer is on top, and then you also have the horns there singing that stunningly terrifying melody over top, which is majestic, plus the choir. This is classical music. This could be playing in a symphony hall. It's getting me all pumped up because it's so fascinating to listen to. It's so cool. ba 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 ba. That's not the same as what's happening in the lower instruments there, or in the timpani or whatever instrumentation is underneath, which I can't remember off the top of my head right now. There's so many diminished notes there, and there's so many flats that it's giving us this like compressing edge, which in a lot of ways makes sense for Gaismagorm because it's so toweringly big that when we have that quality of digging, it almost feels like it's like swatting us down, or some sort of like throwing a boulder. It's very solidly planted on its 2 feet or however many feet it has, and that is what's elevating it. It's almost like Gaismagorm isn't necessarily like rational. It's like the closest thing to a zombie in Monster Hunter. There's a quality of like, I just want to feast on you. I want to devour your essence. That's heavy. This music is absolutely terrifying. Yeah, what a cool theme. What a cool theme. That's awesome. That's so much fun to listen to, and it's so intense and really, really, truly scary in the truest sense of the word. And I think it's something that only classical instrumentation can sometimes really pull off, is this feeling of fear that comes over us when we hear this instrumentation and this dissonance that, you know, notes that go like this against each other. Choosing to do that in the horns is really cool, and it's awesome. If you want to check out more Monster Hunter, here's a video about Malzeno. As always, thanks a ton. If you want to support the channel, there's links in the About section. Feel free to join the Discord. And as always, I'll talk to you later. Bye.